To me, it's not the tree, it's the kids coming out, running around and finding a tree. I think it's them running around and say, hey, we want that one, or we want this one, or then they can't decide. You get three siblings and none of them can decide, or the parents are sitting there like, oh, come on, just choose one. I mean, that's how we started with my kids, going out and getting a Christmas tree. Didn't matter how it looked, it was a Christmas tree that we went and got. I'm Charles Cawley, senior actually. We're here at Cawley Family Farm in Cawley County, Maryland, just west of Denton. We've got about 100 acres. We grow about 15 acres with Christmas trees. The rest of it's in grain, corn, or beans. It didn't start that way. It started about 25 years ago. My wife and I bought the last 10 acres of this farm with a house, and I had to decide what was I going to do with it. I could grow grain, corn, and beans and lose money, or I could do something else. So I decided to plant Christmas trees, which is kind of good because you don't know if you make or lose money for about 15 years. I like the smell of Christmas trees. It's what kind of got me hooked into it. It was more the smell of the tree than it was the smell of money. It started out as Cawley Tree Farm LLC. Now we're Cawley Family Farm, and Amy and I are working this together.
I am Amy Cawley, Charlie Cawley's oldest of 3 children. I help Dad with the Christmas trees, run the cash register, organize, plant, social media, answer the telephone, answer emails, a little of the behind-the-scenes stuff that's not so much physical. A couple years ago, I got an idea to take some of the old stumps and cut them up and burn images into them. I just started with a handful and they went well, and then last year I sold quite a few, so I burned even more this year. Probably 6 or 7 years ago, Dad got the idea. He sent me to an auction to buy a clamp table to make wreaths for trees that we didn't deem would sell. So for 7 years or so, I've been making wreaths off of trees off our lot. Then we've got somebody that makes handmade bows for us. We've got homemade placemats and blankets and scarves. Dogwood Dairy out of Kent County. We sell their cheese for them, so we support them.
About 5 years ago, we started running out of trees, so we migrated to a choose and cut and a pre-cut Christmas tree business. Now it's just the opposite. We're selling over 600, 800 pre-cuts and maybe 200 cut your own trees. If they can't find one on the lot, they can go into the pre-cut pavilion and there's 100 trees on display. But the point of it is we're not really selling a tree, we're selling an experience. We want the kids to come out, have a good time, parents come out, have a good time, and our slogan is start a family tradition. We have a little height chart, tree chart in front, so we have people taking pictures of their different heights of the children over time. We have another story picture board outside, and we have an arch outside where families can get their pictures. So it's really about that experience of coming to a real farm, having a good time, and remembering Christmas is about family.
A lot of people ask farmers why they do what they do, but it's really a passion. And to see Dad work year round and bust his butt, but then see all these customers leave with smiles on their faces and happy families, that's what it's all about, having a small piece of making somebody's Christmas special.
Yesterday, I had a grandmother with 2 grandkids and her daughter out here that were from Florida, and we cut a tree down. But they said, well, you can cut it. I said, no, you're going to cut this tree down. There was like 5 and 8-year-olds. So we went out. They found a tree, a nice little Canaan fir tree, about 6 feet tall, maybe 7. And I started cutting it, and then they got down there and cut it. So it was the grandmom taking pictures, the mom taking pictures, the 2 boys sitting there cutting this tree off, and they'll never forget it. I don't think they'll ever forget it.